You see all these people that have all these things and you see all their successes, but what they don't show you is the failures they had to go through to get to that. Build momentum. Make your hero yourself in 10 years. You're chasing a ghost. They have to be making fun of it. The past is something we always build upon.
I'm going to change the world. I'm going to do something to make the world a better place. I don't know how, but future me is going to do that. At the end of the day, you are your competition. I don't want to give it reason because I want people to take the reason for themselves. And that's where you just got to deprogram. I don't know how to respond to it. And I don't know how, I don't basket it. Big wig in like high school who was like the athletic, everybody loved, the popular kid that everybody want. And then you see him like 10 years down the road. That's a good way to do it. You know?
I feel like some people can thrive off of people being envious of them, like people that thrive off attention of others. As good as that team was, they weren't the best. If I catch eye contact, like shit, I gotta say something. They always talked about like how you need to be just like them, but they never talked about like how you should be better than them. How often, like you guys played football, I didn't play football with you guys, but how often did you guys talk about like making state championship in 2001?
I didn't play football in 2001. I played
No, I'm not saying
how much should we talk about the 2001 team?
Yes,
that was an echo. It was like an echo through the school. Like it's like it literally like you know people like different coaches were on that team from that year. They talk about the team from that year. They talk about stories from the team of the year. And then like whenever you're like pushing for state, they're going to bring up the last time they went to state. You know what I mean? And it's like. Like, how does this team compare? How are you going to do it? Yeah. And it's like, and that can be intimidating. You know what I mean? Like, it's what you do with it, you know? And that's where you have to.
Again.
How many people 100%. From the, so my next question is how many people from that team went on to play in college?
That's a good question.
A few.
I actually don't know
a few our junior year did, I think. But I don't know if anybody went to big colleges. But that doesn't matter. They got scholarships and stuff.
Right.
They got scholarships to go to schools to not play football?
No, to play football for the schools.
But they don't have to keep going to professional.
Some of them got
right.
Quite a few of them. Quite a few of them are junior got scholarships for not football, for like their academics too.
Right.
I guess the point that I'm trying to make is as much as they would always talk about it, not very many of them went on to play in the NFL. So like as good as that team was, they weren't the best.
Oh yeah, that's 2001.
And you could have been better. And I guess that's the point that like it always seemed like talking to other friends that played football as well, like them talking about like how they would always talk about the 2001 team. And they never really talked about like how you could like they always talked about like how you need to be just like them, but they never talked about like how you should be better than them.
Right. They can tell you where you needed to improve to be like them, but they can never give you ideas to be better. You guys are nothing like the 2001
team.
Yeah, that's the best advice to give you.
And people have already analyzed those tapes too. So it's like, you know what I mean? They know all the moves with us. You don't want to be that same team. You want to be something completely different in your own niche. Maybe some kind of shinings of the same thing, but you're not the same team. Like,
that's the thing. We should never try to the past is a great model for moving forward, right?
Yeah.
The past is something we always build upon.
Right. That's that trope you see too with like all like that big wig in like high school who was like the athletic, everybody loved, the popular kid that everybody want.
What I need to know about the universe is that I'm at the center of it. Oh, bing, bong, sing along. Your team's Al Gore because your views are wrong.
And then you see him like 10 years down the road, they're still in the same town, just working this dead-end job. And it's like, it's just that complete change. Yeah, they peaked in high school. Like that's where they had it. And like everybody envied them. But at this point now, like they want anything else because to them that was their limit. You know?
I feel like some people can thrive off of people being envious of them, like people that thrive off attention of others. And then it comes to a point where you just kind of get spent of getting people's attention. Like,
right.
I feel like,
well, you would think anyway.
Like, yeah, you would think that there comes a point where I don't want to get everyone and their mother's attention. I just want to get like my family's attention. I want to be like the star of my family show.
See, to me, it's just awkward, any kind of attention. Like, I do think it's just weird because I do stuff and put it out there, but it's like, even admiration when someone says they like my drawing, I get all weird. I was thinking about the other day because someone said something. I don't know how to respond to it. And I don't know how, I don't bask in it. It's just like, I feel like I'm kind of rude to them because I'm just so taken off guard by someone like admiring.
They have to be making fun of it, right?
My buddy is
they
the
don't
same
mean it
way.
truly, you know?
Well, my buddy is similar in that, like, and I've seen where like people have like given him compliments on stuff that he has, and he's just like, oh, thanks. And I'm just like, that's an opportunity for you to like, hey, thanks. Yeah, I appreciate it. Like, you can like, they're giving you an opening.
It's so hard.
It is hard to talk so much about something that you do, right?
Right. You're like, yeah, I don't know why. I've been trying to think about it too, because I don't know what to say to him. Like, yeah, I do say thank you. Like, I appreciate that. Like, that's mostly exactly what I say. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Because I do. It does make me feel like this little bit of like, good. Someone likes my work.
You can try to subliminally like get what they like about it out of them. So you can talk about well, not necessarily without coming out and saying, because everyone's like, what is it that you like about? Oh, I just really like that. And I just, yeah, you put them on the spot.
The first random thing they see.
But if what you say is like,
that's usually what you're right.
If you talk about an aspect of it,
that might be the truest though.
Like, talk about an aspect of it that like you liked the most about it, and then they can say, yeah, I really like. And then that's their genuine.
That's a good way to do it. Just talk about what, yeah. Because I don't want to give away too. I don't want to give it reason because I want people to take the reason for themselves.
And especially like I think about like people like artists that like when I've been in like galleries and stuff, and like if I say something, like if I catch eye contact, like shit, I got to say something. So hey, I really like such and such. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like they have something to say about that. They have something to say about this, and then we're having a conversation.
Right. And that's where like one of my friends who has done this for even longer than I have, he said that like when people do it to him, like and that's what made me kind of realize too, when people say like good or nice job, and like he finds himself like asking, like you said, Kev, like what do you mean by that? Like, is there an ulterior motive? Like, do you really mean that? And it's weird that your mind
get in your own head.
Yeah, that you can go that way. And like, but some other people can be fueled by that, where they let the envy get to them.
Probably because you've had friends or you've had peers or people that you have received that feedback from, that where it's like you feel like you're just going to receive it from everyone.
Nailed that on the head.
The ones and zeros again.
Right.
And that's what you don't know until you don't know. You don't know from your friends until you try.
That's true.
It's true. That's where you just got to deprogram, you know, and change your mindset. 100%. Appreciate yourself too. Like that's where it's at. That's where I say you can't like envy other people and like what they do, and because like you're your only competition. At the end of the day, you are your competition. You are the thing that you got to battle with. Your mind, like I said, like my friend did this to me. The only thing that makes like artists is their confidence. The ability to actually put themselves out there and have the ability of that confidence in your own work and what you do.
I am an artist, please don't revere me. I am an artist, please don't respect me. I am an artist, feel free to correct me. A self-centered artist, self-obsessed artist.
That's the only thing that's ever going to do it. That's what's going to get you to put your stuff into like a art room or a gallery, because you don't care what everybody else thinks. You're doing it just because you need to do it, you know. And it's a weird, such a hard obstacle. Such a simple obstacle.
You need to have your driving force at the end of the day, and whatever it is that you choose to be your driving force is however far you get into the venture that you're going on.
Right. That made me just think, can you be envious of yourself?
Well, that's what I was going to say. I heard a quote.
Self-envy.
Make your hero yourself in 10 years.
I like that.
I don't remember where I heard that quote from, but your hero should be yourself in 10 years.
That's where that's been motivating me lately, because like I don't know the actions I'm going to do, but I said
like
this yesterday.
I like the idea behind that.
Like, I'm going to change the world. I'm going to do something to make the world a better place. I don't know how, but future me is going to do that. And when I think about that, that makes me feel really
You're saying
good.
that now
gives
is
me
making
energy.
sure future you is going to do it.
You got to start
He's listening.
You got to start writing stuff down.
Right. But the thing is you don't need to know where you're going. You need to you need to do the right things, be consistent with yourself, and like put yourself in the right places. And like, you don't have to know the end game. You don't have to always know where things are going, but you can know the steps to get there. And like, yeah, just set a picture for yourself in the future. And it doesn't have to be crystal clear. It doesn't have to be defined and all drawn out of exactly what you're going to be, but build an image of who you want to be and like what reflection you want to have in the world.
Make your goals broad.
Yeah.
That way you get a bunch of little successes.
Like there's a quote that says something like that, where
Build
it's
momentum.
Like, shoot for the moon, because even if you miss, you'll end up among the stars. You know what I mean? Just aim high. Aim as high.
I like
as
that
you
quote.
Can.
Such a good quote.
That quote speaks volume, man, because it's like shoot and put as much energy and as much effort as you can, because at the end of the day, you did it. Right. You did what you told yourself you were going to do, and you can feel that accomplishment. And even though you may not have made it to space, you're up there with the stars.
That brings along another good point, is you look at, like you were saying, you see all these people that have all these things and you see all their successes, but what they don't show you is the failures they had to go through to get to that. Right? Like
most don't, yeah.
Most don't get it right in the first try.
Some opportunities that I have had where I have the ability to ask someone, like, how did you get to the position that you're in? A lot of them have started with the failures, and that's what I've respected. Because they don't just say, oh yeah, I do this and it's all this and that and this and that. It's like, no, like it's a grind. It's you gotta go. It's like you gotta move forward, get knocked down, and get back up and keep moving forward.